Hi, welcome back to HATV. I'm Paul Malkmus.
And I'm Ann Malkmus.
And today is an exciting topic as we talk about the salad box.
The salad box?
The salad box. You know, when we come home from work, we're tired, we've worked all day, energy gone, and we want to eat, but we want to eat healthy. And what we typically don't want to do is pull out a bunch of vegetables, try to find them, try to clean them, and then prep them and get ready to eat.
You mean that kind of look like that?
That kind of look like this. This is kind of where we would start when we got home. And
this would be about an hour's worth of work before we could eat.
We're tired after a busy day's work, so we get home, we look at this, and we say, okay.
I think I want something else.
And we opt for something that's not as healthy. So the salad box brings the convenience of a salad bar into your home.
Good idea.
So it's just like going out to a salad bar, but everything is organic if you buy organic. Everything is fresh and you know the quality, and it's sitting right there in your refrigerator.
It's been washed, it's been cut, and it's been stored.
It's all prepped and stored and ready. And so what you end up doing is pulling out a box that looks something like this, and you say, okay, where do I put a box like this?
First I'd say, where do I get a box like that?
That's a really good question too. But we actually shopped high and low, and we can tell you that
we had to go both high and low to find it.
The box usually comes from a Target, the big box does, and the little boxes that go inside come from a Walmart. And so that's kind of where you have to source these. You can't go to one store and get both, at least we couldn't in our areas.
It didn't work for us.
It didn't work for us.
Now as we open this, we're going to demonstrate, or show you, I guess, this is where we would put the salad. It's in a small container like this.
The lettuce parts of the salad.
The lettuce parts, the greens, the leafy greens, I'm sorry. The leafy greens.
So if you like your romaine, or if you like
spinach.
Yep, or a mix. Some people like the iceberg, though we don't recommend iceberg, but you know, you would put the main part of your big salad in, or your lettuce in here.
Spring mix. Now if you want to, you can mix there a little bit of spinach, a little romaine, a little bit of chard or kale or collard, and just have a blend of it. Or if you choose not to, you can have the one that's everyone's favorite, and then add the other leafy greens that you might be interested in smaller containers for those that are interested.
Or you could have two larger containers sitting here right next to each other, and one has romaine and the other has spinach, or one has romaine and the other one has the spring mix.
Exactly. Now, once you've got your lettuce prepared and cut, then you go into the other ingredients that you would put inside of your salad.
And you can put a number of things in here, and as we have out here, we have our beets, so our beets would go into one here. We have our kale, so our kale could get chopped up in here.
Bok choy.
We have bok choy, it goes in another one. Our tomatoes, our sprouts.
Now, understand, if you'd rather not go through the extra effort, put the sprouts in with the box. And now they're ready. The tomatoes, all you'd really have to do would be to wash them, and they will be ready. And if you want to, put them in like that. You don't have to always put them in there. It's just one way to keep everything organized in the refrigerator. That's really all it's for.
And you can keep going. We have carrots, and we have celery. We have additional sprouts and cabbage. We even have some peas back here that you could just open up and put in one of those. And then garbanzo beans, or any type of a bean you like.
Or seeds.
Or almonds if you like almonds. Anything that you would put into a container.
Water chestnuts.
And put on your salad, they can chop in and put in here.
Olives.
And that way, when you get home and you're hungry and you're tired and you want to make something, you have all of your salad fixings in one place. And it's better than just for salads too. You can also use it to make your stir fries. You can use it to make sandwiches or pita wraps. Anything that you need fresh, sliced, prepared vegetables for, it's right there all in one container.
If you make your own salad dressing, which we'll look at another day, you can actually place that in this container. And again, everything is neatly placed together so that all you have to do when you get home from work is take the box out and it's ready.
As you said, your salad dressings, if you have a store-bought one, you can actually just lay it in here. If you have extra room after you've opened it, you can fill an extra, you could have a couple of these in here.
For different people.
And have one with oil, one with some balsamic vinegar, some with a salad dressing. Just unlimited options on how you can prepare. And as in this box, you know, we have several different kinds of containers, and you can even have round ones that have different types of lid systems on there.
A couple of questions might be, if I have onions, wouldn't they make everything smell? And the answer is probably. So then in that particular case, you might want to consider putting a lid on it so the fragrance is enclosed. okay? And what we've done it both ways. We have had it so that there would be separate lids on each of these. We've also had it so that would just be one lid over the entire box. In terms of ease, it's easier just to do it this way.
In terms of freshness, the other way would keep them fresher and keep them isolated. So really the choice is yours as to which way you would want to do that.
This would last about 4 to 5 days, probably 5 days, depending on what you put in there. If you were to put, let's just say, cucumbers in here, they would break down within about 2 days. Some items break down much more rapidly, and those are not items that you're going to be able to have for 5 days. It just doesn't work that way. However, grated carrots could last 7 days.
Easily. And things like your seeds and the nuts, you may never fill those. You know, you may only fill them once every couple of weeks. But then they just stay right in your salad box. So the concept here is to, you know, the things that start getting a little old, you take them out and you replace them with some fresh, and you just continue to rotate through this. Or you fix it up one day, and then as things get a little old, you take them out and you leave the other things that are still good in there.
And for the most part, it should be consumed within 1 week. Most everything,
you know,
most of it.
One thing that we hear a lot about is, what about the nutrients? Aren't nutrients lost when you cut the produce? Absolutely, you start losing nutrients. And the FDA says that it's about 2 weeks, and in about 2 weeks' time, you've lost about 50% of the nutrients. So they do break down. But it takes a period of time for those nutrients to dissipate. It doesn't happen overnight or even in the first 2 days. And so while those nutrients are dissipating, you're already eating it. And by the time the nutrients are gone, you've already eaten everything out of there and you've replaced it with fresh.
You may say that your refrigerator is too small for this. We actually came up with an option for you in that regard.
And so we have a couple, you might want to get a couple of smaller containers or large containers, I guess would be a way to put that.
Yes.
And then you could take and put these inside of that, like such, and you could even tighten these up and put another set in there. And so you could have smaller containers that function as the same. Instead of pulling one container out, you might pull 2 or 3 of these out.
And then, if you're big into leafy greens, get another one the same size and fill that one up, or halfway up with leafy greens. That way, again, since the concept is for us to be prepared when we're coming home from work, or when we're so busy we don't have time to be in the kitchen every day, that would work for you just as easily.
You're able to leave your serving
utensils,
there it is, right in there, so you don't have to go hunting these out every time. You're already prepared. It's really a neat concept that works.
We've had some very strong luck with this, and if you want to, you can just chop or shred or grate or dice, anything that you feel comfortable with. The various different utensils, other than just a cutting board and a knife, you could use a grating device on a food processor, so you can shred this up. Whether you shred your lettuce, or your cabbage or your carrots, you would shred that up into pieces, and that's not only easier to chew than just something that's chopped. You know, like the carrot would be hard to chew it chopped. But it's also more attractive, so it will make it look better for your salads.
However you prefer your produce to be sliced and diced or chopped or grated, that's the best way to do it.
There are so many ways for you to be able to wash your leafy greens as well. This is a leafy green, I guess not really washer, but dryer is what this is. So what you'll do is you'll take your leafy greens, you'll wash them, you'll put them in here, and you'll push down, and it will actually spin it so that the water that's remaining on each of the leaves will actually come down into the bottom of the bowl. And so from that point on, then you've got everything that has been washed, everything that has been cut. Speaking of washing, many people discuss washing their produce. It's a concern for many, many people. And what I'll tell you what we do. We try to get as much organic as we can. And in the event that we do get organic, we're pretty comfortable with just washing them in water. Because water is enough for us to be able to take the residue and the dirt. Other than that, we don't use anything.
Right.
Now, some folks may find that they're not able to get all organic, and they prefer to do some washing. What we have found then is that there are 2 different methods by which you can continue to keep your vegetables washed and cleaned. And in that case, you would need spray bottles. 1 spray bottle with food-grade hydrogen peroxide, 1 spray bottle with distilled vinegar. And what you would do is you would spray each of these with each of them. And then you would just rinse them with water, and that's it.
And I think maybe we'll do a show and demonstrate sometime how to properly clean and prepare vegetables in that sense.
Wouldn't be hard to do at all.
Just so you're able to visually see how that all works.
But in our case, water is about all we use.
We just basically use water. So what people do is they put this on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator. Usually there's a large section on the bottom, and so they take everything out from there and they put this right in the bottom. So then when they come home from work, they have their salad, they have their sandwich box, whatever they need from a veggie standpoint is right there. And we have had some incredible testimonies of people who've talked about how they've used this and they weren't able to do a lifestyle before that was healthy, and this made all the difference in the world. Yes, you lose a little bit of nutrients, but it's a whole lot better to eat something that has some nutrients missing in it than to eat something that's really bad, that is unhealthy for us. Like making a decision to order that pizza or going by a fast food restaurant to get something from a drive-through or something like that. And
then what you do is you create a store list once a week, and that store list will vary each week. So next week, instead of having kale, we may have collards. Or instead of having celery, we may end up having broccoli or cauliflower, depending on. So you create your list, and if this is too much for your budget, then you cut it down to maybe 3 or 4 items each week that you place in your salad. So it's really up to you and how comfortable you are. The variety is the key here.
You know, we have a lot of work to do here.
We do.
And a lot of vegetables to clean. And so we're going to take this and prep it all and come back and show you how it all fits together in the next episode.